Ulstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
As we get you ready for game number 2 of the EDC state qualifiers here on yourliveevent.com, it's the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs going up against the West Fargo Horace Hawks. I'm Chase Miller with you for West Fargo Sheyenne, the number 4 seed. They lost to West Fargo in the quarterfinals, beat Central by a run 7-6 to get to this point. Well, for the West Fargo Horace Hawks, the number 3 seed outlasted the number 6 seed Shanley in 8 innings, 3-2. They got run ruled against the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders yesterday, 15-5 in 5 innings to play in this one. The winner of this game will be the number 3 seed making their way to the state tournament. They will play at 6 o'clock on Thursday in the final game of the state quarterfinals up at Albrecht Field and UND, and they will await the loser of either Minot or Williston. That will be the WDA championship a little bit later on here today. If you're just joining us, Davies defeated West Fargo 7-3 in their state qualifier in the 3rd time in program history. The Eagles are heading to a state tournament. We'll continue with more on our pregame show after this to get you ready for the starting lineups and the opening pitch. This is the EDC softball tournament.
Safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com, local voices from local radio.
As we continue on the pregame show here today, as they're exchanging the lineup cards on yourliveevent.com, as we take a look at what happened earlier between West Fargo Sheyenne and West Fargo Horace here this season. They did play back on Monday the 14th. That was on April the 14th, a 19-5 win for Horace in 5 innings in that contest. McKenna Mose, 5 innings of work, 3 hits with 5 runs that were given up, while Presley Tavetter 4 1/3, 13 hits, 17 runs with 3 earned runs. A lot of those 17 runs. 6 runs were driven in by Osti Brandt for the Hawks in their 19-5 win again over West Fargo. Cheyenne back on the 14th. And you continue to go through, and they played again on the 29th, in which the Cheyenne Mustangs came away with a 13-8 win. Presley Tavetter, a complete game, 13 hits, 7 runs, 3 earned, and the Mustangs able to get a couple of runs driven in from Olivia Warren with 3 runs driven in back in that matchup. So again, that's a look at what happened earlier this year between these two respective teams. Update for you in EDC baseball. Top of the 3rd inning, Fargo South leads Grand Forks Red River 1-0 as the Bruins are leading the Rough Riders in a state qualifier for EDC baseball. And we'll get to the EDC championship a little bit later on here between Davies and Cheyenne when it comes to baseball. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll keep you apprised of what's going on across the state of North Dakota here today, that and more, and as well what's going on out west, where Bismarck High already defeated Jamestown in 5 innings, 10-0. Dickinson and Mandan currently in action in a qualifying game, and then Williston will play Minot in a EDC championship. We'll continue with more here from Mickelson on yourliveevent.com.
Due to the increase in cost of materials, cost of labor, and general inflation, plus the storm weather threats that we have in our region on a daily basis, many homes are not insured properly. Most families' biggest asset they will ever own is their home. We need to make sure we have it insured for enough. Inflation, cost of materials, cost of labor makes us work to stay on top of this. Usually the difference in premium is dollars a day to increase when needed. We get updated costs of goods and labor from area builders to input into our computer program that calculates an accurate replacement cost. With the weather in recent years, it is just scary with how many more frequent disasters are now than even 10 to 20 years ago. We need to adapt and make sure all our properties are protected because we live in the Midwest and deal with many of these scenarios.
Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from EDC Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at EDC Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
As we're making our way through here today, and they're introducing the starting lineups here for both the Horace Hawks and the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. The Mustangs, by virtue of their seed, will be the visiting team. The West Fargo Horace Hawks will be the home team here today in this contest. Horace at 16-7 on the season. Sheyenne sits at 12-12. For West Fargo Sheyenne, they will go like this. Caitlin Bishop, a sophomore shortstop, will be batting in the leadoff role. Presley Tavetter, the senior pitcher, will be batting second. Madison Adlin, the junior catcher, she'll be batting third here today for West Fargo Sheyenne. As from there, here for the Mustangs, they will also have Olivia Hendricks, the junior first baseman, batting cleanup. Lauren Hemberger, the sophomore right fielder, batting fifth. Shane Sutherland, the senior second baseman, will be batting sixth. From that perspective here for the Mustangs, Afton Stoka will be batting seventh. Meredith Solberg will be batting eighth here for West Fargo Sheyenne, and then Olivia Warren, the third baseman, will be batting ninth. So again, Bishop, Tavetter, Adlin, Hendricks, Hemberg, Sutherland, Stoka, Solberg, and Warren here for the Mustangs. You'll have Brown in left field. Cindy Flanagan is going to be in center. Jacobson in right. Nystrom at first place with Struk at second. Caitlin Flanagan will be at short. Holton, third base, Brant behind the plate, and McKenna Mose will be in the circle here today for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. That's a look at your starting nine. Jenna Smart, the head coach for West Fargo Horace. Well, you got Mark Woodbury, the head coach for West Fargo Sheyenne. Umpiring crew here today, Chad Mears with Craig Hong and Delamere Titus will be our umpires, with Chad Mears calling balls and strikes. And this one, as we get you ready for our first pitch, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway on the Red River Valley Speedway. Go to NormanCountyRaceway.com. That again is NormanCountyRaceway.com, or simply check them out at NormanCountyRaceway.com for more information as well. Again, high school softball today on YourLiveEvent.com. This first pitch brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. And for the Red River Valley Speedway, go to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com to get more information. And Friday night races starting at 7 o'clock. Opening pitch on the way by McKenna Mose. Just after the 2 o'clock hour at 2:05 is going to be hit in the air. That'll be down for a base knock in front of Brown. One pitch and one hit. Opening pitch at 2:05. So good sound on the way there for Caitlin Bishop and this West Fargo Sheyenne Mustang Club. Now will be Tavetter upcoming here. Nice day, not too much wind to speak of here throughout the course of the day. As we'll see, the pitch here for McKenna Mose will be in there for a strike. It's going to be 0-1. Leadoff single here for the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. They've made it to state 7 consecutive seasons here for West Fargo Sheyenne, looking to make it 8 straight with a win here against the Hawks. Well, for West Fargo Horace, they've never been in a qualifying game before with the new varsity program here the last couple of years, so this is the farthest they've ever been for West Fargo Horace, a chance to make state for the first time in program history. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner's going to break from second. The throw, not in time. Good tag by Caitlin Flanagan, but the right foot of Bishop able to beat the throw as she will get into second base. So Presley Tavetter, the opposing pitcher here, a chance to help her own cause, as we'll see a 2 ball, 1 strike count upcoming. This would be chopped up the third base side, and that'll be a infield single. Bishop will stay put at second base. McKenna Mose kind of went for it for a second, but then paused, and then by the time she paused, there was going to be no way to get Tavetter, so Tavetter will stand at first base. Madison Adlin now coming up, the junior catcher here for Sheyenne. First pitch, swinging, hits one in the gap. That'll go to right center field, and that'll die for a base knock right in front of the wall. 1 run will come in. Tavetter, she's being waved in by Coach Woodbury. No throw is going to be in time, as there'll be a bases-clearing double for Madison Adlin, and the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs have a 2-0 lead. 3 batters up, 2 batters in for the Mustangs so far on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard. 2 runs driven in here by Madison Adlin. Bishop comes in to score alongside Tavetter. And Sheyenne wasting very little time so far at the plate. If they see a pitch that's in the zone, they are swinging at it. Olivia Hendricks, the junior first baseman, will be swinging. This one will be foul back. It'll be 1-1. As we have a 1 ball, 1 strike count upcoming here to the junior first baseman. As Lauren Hemberger, the sophomore right fielder, will be on the on-deck circle. This one dancing out of the zone. It's now 2-1. I will have a chance to see some more history throughout the course of the day here in the EDC, and also State A history, as well as this one is popped up, and a nice play by the third baseman Holton in foul territory to get the first out of inning number 1. Now it's to Hemberger, who made a couple of nice plays in the outfield and right to take a couple of hits away from the Grand Forks Central Knights, and Cheyenne's 7-6 win. She made 2 sensational plays, and the final one was a line drive out as she will hit one to the right fielder, Jacobson. The runner will be unable to tag, and 1 pitch, and there's 2 down. So Lauren is retired. Now it's to Sutherland, the senior second baseman. As Coach Woodbury will come on, and we'll get a courtesy runner, it looks like, here for West Fargo Sheyenne, with the catcher Adlin again with 2 down. And from our perspective, looks to be number 8 coming on here for Sheyenne, as it'll be Petchak. So Petchak will be the courtesy runner here for the Mustangs. With 2 down, you'll get the catcher in to speed the game up, as they will allow that to do so here. Sutherland, the senior second baseman here for West Fargo Sheyenne, taking a look at what she did yesterday against Grand Forks Central. Reach base all 4 times. First pitch swinging. This one will be flied up into center. Flanagan is there. Sydney will be able to glove it to retire the side. But 2 runs come across on 3 hits. There were no errors with a runner left on base. We played a half inning today. On the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard, it's Sheyenne up by 2 here on West Fargo Horace.
The North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll cover the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 2nd and 3rd.
This will be hit and over the shortstop Berg into left center field. A run comes in to score with Alexander Rath.
Optimist Volleyball Series June 16th and 17th.
Blue outside Linsinger with another hammer.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 14th and 15th.
Baldwin finds Wick. Wick open, three-pointer coming. Yes, sir!
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
The Rumble on the Red, presented by Ellingson Companies and their Dow Metals Recycling, is coming to West Fargo, North Dakota. The World of Outlaws and Authentic Drink Sprint Cars come to the Red River Valley Speedway on Saturday, May 31st. Tickets are available now at slspromotions.com or by calling 815-344-2023.
As we go through the West Fargo Horace Hawks lineup here today, Tristan Struck will be batting in the leadoff spot here for the sophomore second baseman. Miss Brown will be batting second here for the 8th grade left fielder here for Braylon. Asti Brandt, the junior catcher. Whitney Nystrom batting in the cleanup spot. McKenna Mose batting 5th. Leah Holton batting 6th with Katrin Flanagan, the sophomore shortstop, with Sydney Flanagan following her in center. Emery will be batting 9th here. Rarick, the junior designated player, then Jacobson, the flex. As we get through the Tavetter in the circle here for the Mustangs. This one will be called a strike. It's 0-1. Adlin behind the plate. Third base here for West Fargo Sheyenne. You have Warren, with Bishop standing at short. Sutherland is at second. Hendricks at first. Stoka in left. Solberg in center. And Hemberg stands in right. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Struck. And she will take a strike. Gets 1-2. The Horace Hawks with their pinstripe whites. The gold numerals here today. The Mustangs in their blue tops, blue bottoms with the orange across the front. Mustangs in cursive. As this one will miss outside. It's now 2-2. A 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air. That one will go into right. Hemberg will come in for the flyout. And there's one down here in the bottom of the first inning. On the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard, from Auto, Home Life, Business, Farm, and Ranch, farm insurance, that is, go to DJ Coulter. Again, it's DJ Coulter Agency at djcoulter.com. As we'll see this one on the way, the pitch slashed as that one will go foul. It's going to be 0-1 as Brown, the 8th grader. Here's the 0-1 offering. This one will go foul. It's now 0-2. Presley Tavetter here in the circle for the Mustangs, working ahead. Brown early in this one is trying to shut the door on the bottom of the first against this Horace club. Bring the bats back up to the plate for the Mustangs with 7, 8, and 9 batters here in the second. Well, the Horace Hawks trying to avoid what happened to them yesterday, as this one will be hit, and that'll be through for a base knock on the way for Brown. Nice opposite slashing single there for Braylon. And for Horace, they have their first base runner of the game. As we'll see Asti Brandt now coming up. Going back to Red River, Horace was the visiting team. He gave up 4 runs in the first inning, then could never mount a comeback, and then would give up 9 runs in the third as the game just kind of got away from the Hawks a little bit in that 9th inning. So trying to get a batter up, get the offense going here for Horace, get some good vibes in that dugout after 2 runs across for the Mustangs in the top half of the frame, as missing this one outside here to Asti Brandt. So we got 2 balls, no strikes on the way to the junior catcher. No seniors here on the lineup for the Horace Hawks. 2-0 pitch, that'll miss. They have a quick whip throw back to first base. It's now going to be 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes. We'll see if Asti gets the pitch on the way. It'll be in there for a strike. It's now 3-1. As we'll see this on the way here for Sheyenne. This will be hit up the first base side. That'll go foul. Now 3-2, and we'll have our first full count for Tveter in the circle. Win this game, you're the 3 seed from the East. Davies the 4. And we'll just have to find out who the 1 and 2 will be later tonight in the championship. Popped up. This one will come for the center fielder, Solberg, who does a good job of hustling after that one in center field, of playing a deep center. Steve Brandt is retired, and there's 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning.
First baseman, number 10, Whitney Nystrom.
Also, state track and field going on in Bismarck. We'll keep you apprised of what's going on in the capital city for those games. As the pitch is upcoming here. Swing and a miss. And it's now 0-1 to Whitney Nystrom. No balls, 1 strike on the way. And the pitch will work inside. This one will get by Adlin, so Brown will scamper to second base, as will be 1 ball and 1 strike. McKenna Mose due up next, and Leah Holton if the Horace Hawks can pass the baton here in the bottom of the first inning. There's a swing, a 1-hopper. Oh, what a grab by Bishop at short. Nicely done by Bishop. 6-3 on the putout, and that'll retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left. We have played 1 today. It's Sheyenne 2, the West Fargo Horace Hawks scoreless as we head to inning number 2.
Local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Top of the second inning here in Mickelson Field. Chase Miller with you. Stoka, Solberg, and Olivia Warren. Here's 7, 8, and 9 batters coming up for the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. And then we'll go back to top of the lineup with Caitlin Bishop in the second time through for West Fargo Sheyenne. For the Horace Hawks, game number 24 of their campaign for West Fargo Sheyenne. This is game number 25 for the Mustangs on their season. Most 1 inning of work, 3 hits, 2 runs so far, no walks and no strikeouts. As this will be called a strike, it's 0-1. After a single, and a double, McKenna was able to get a pop out, a fly out, and a fly out to finish off the first inning. As this one works outside, it's now 1-1. EDC baseball update here between Fargo South and Grand Forks Red River. We'll get to that in a moment. That'll be at Young Field for the final state qualifying game in baseball, as that'll miss out of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. As Fargo South with a 5-0 lead in the 4th inning over Grand Forks Red River. As this one misses, it's now 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. This is a foul ball, and having a duck and cover there is Solberg. As this one, fortunate for Meredith, she was ready for that because that was coming in as a heat-seeking missile. Enough room where if you are a little late, particularly as the right-handed batter, and you're up that first base dugout, look out. Here's the 3-2. Strike 3 looking, and Mose gets her first strikeout of the afternoon, and there's 1 down. as we'll see Meredith Solberg, the sophomore center fielder. Here's the pitch from Mose. That'll miss out of the zone. It's 1-0. Solberg, again, the number 8 batter in the lineup here for West Fargo Sheyenne, is now 4 straight retired by McKenna in the circle. And the Horace Hawks are trailing from behind, but we saw in our last contest with Davies and West Fargo, Davies got up 3-0 early. West Fargo played it a couple of runs to make it 3-2. As this will be hit in the air, that'll be caught by the left fielder. Oh, what a play by Brown. Brown with the catch down the line, and that will have some grass stains now on the jersey moving forward, but well deserved. What a play. That was extra bases all over it. As Meredith Solberg with the line drive out to the left fielder, and there's 2 down here in the top of the second inning. As Olivia Warren, the third baseman, will be coming up. That'll miss for a ball. It's 1-0. And back to the top of the lineup with Caitlin Bishop, where she singled, stolen base, and a run scored so far for the leadoff batter. Here's the 1-0 offering. Hit in the air. That'll be a fly ball down the left field line, but hooking foul. Maybe now 1-1. Whether you bring your own backyard table, backyard chairs here to the field today, you can sit in the bleachers, sit up on the beam, the dike here. You just got a nice vantage point across, as this one will work in for a strike. It's now going to be 1-2. That's a nice intimate venue when it comes to high school softball here at Mickelson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The third baseman, Warren, as Moses is looking for her second strikeout of the inning, and she's able to get it on the outer part of the plate. 3 up, 3 down here in the second. As we make our way to the bottom of the second inning, on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard, it's a 2-0 lead for Sheyenne as we head to the bottom of the second on your liveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Congratulations goes out to the Fargo North Spartans when it comes to track and field. Fargo North boys 4x2 relay state champs in Class A out in Bismarck. So the Spartans 4x2 again, state champs out in Bismarck. We'll keep you what's going on out there as well with some of the Eastern Dakota Conference or local Class B teams that are making their way. McKenna Mose at the plate. She's getting a hitter's count now. It's going to be 2-0. As this one foul back, it's 2-1. Update from the Summit League Championship between Oral Roberts and North Dakota State. ORU leads the Bison 2-1, bottom of the 5th inning. In that Summit League Championship game in Omaha. Here's the 2-1 pitch by Tavetter. This will be hit in the air. A soft little line drive hit that'll be in front of Stoka. Second hit of the game here for the Horace Hawks. They'll have a leadoff runner in the bottom of the second inning as Leah Holton, the freshman third baseman, will be coming up. And courtesy runner number 23 here for the Hawks will be coming in. Here for McKenna Mose. As Lauren will be coming in for this one here for the Hawks from the courtesy runner position. As Leopold will be running again at first base. Right now it's to Leah Holton, the third baseman here. The pitch by Tveter. Second inning of work. This one will be fouled back. We'll get a strike. Presley in the first inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left on base. Really nice scoop at shortstop by Bishop to potentially rob a base hit by Nystrom, but also rob a potential run that would have came in. As this one runs in at the hands, it's swung on a miss. As we'll see, 1 ball and 2 strikes upcoming here. Tveter with the pitch, looking for the strikeout. Instead, we'll get one back off this chain link fence. Katrina Flanagan, the sophomore shortstop, due up next here for the Horace Hawks. So for Horace, got a runner on the first with 1 out. They get their leadoff runner here in the second. What can they do against Tveter? Foul again. Trying to work in a little bit as Presley, as this one is foul back. Fargo North later today will be going for back-to-back EDC tournament championships. Red River last played in the EDC tournament championship 2 years ago, losing against West Fargo 5-1 at West Fargo in 2023, as this continues to be a nice battle for Leah Holton against Presley Tveter. As Leopold stands at first, swung and a miss, and Tveter gets the strikeout, her first, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Now it's up to Flanagan here, the sophomore shortstop. The pitch, swing and a miss, and it'll be 0-1. As Flanagan will look to put the ball in play against Presley Tveter. Outfield and Solberg shading a little bit towards left center field. There's a swing, now 0-2. If Flanagan can put one in the air, right center is where she's got the most real estate here at Mickelson Field in terms of the outfield alignment. Here's the 0-2 offering. Out of the zone, not going. It's now 1-2. Minnesota Twins baseball was exciting yesterday. Ty France with a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth. Twins, though, losing today 4-0 against the Royals in the 5th. This is foul back. Just 2 hits for the Twins. Well, the Royals right now have put up 9 hits and 4 runs, and they've chased Matthews out of the game. Zebby starting for Minnesota. As this was close to being called a strike, it's now 2-2. Minnesota Timberwolves back in action for Game 3 tonight at the Target Center of the Western Conference Finals. 2-2 pitch popped up. This one will go out of play in a must-win game here for Minnesota. The way that Oklahoma City looked the first 2 games, Timberwolves will try to get Game 3 and see if they can even things up before they go back to OKC for Game 5. Foul ball again, very similar to what we saw with Leah Holton. Katrina Flanagan now starting to work the pitch count up a little bit more here against Presley Tveter. Here's the 2-2 offering on the way to the sophomore shortstop. Swing and a miss, and Tveter, just like Holton, wins the battle. Be 2 down here in the second. Cindy Flanagan, a sophomore center fielder here for the Hawks. Stepping up to the plate for the first time, then it goes to the number 9 batter after that here for Horace. As that'll be called a strike, it's now 0-1. No balls and a strike here. As Tveter has gotten ahead on these Horace Hawk batters. And when she's missed, she hasn't missed by much. 1 ball, 1 strike here for Tveter. 2 hits against, 2 strikeouts. She's yet to walk a batter here this afternoon. 1-2 upcoming. For Cheyenne, top of the third, will be the second time through the lineup with their leadoff batter, Caitlin Bishop, to lead things off. 1-2. The Cheyenne fans were waiting for a delayed strike 3. Nothing came from it. As will now be 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Adlin able to get this one on the frame, and that'll be a strikeout of the side for Tveter after McKenna Mose got a single and Leopold is stranded at first base. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left. We play 2 today on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard. It's West Fargo Sheyenne 2, the West Fargo Horace Hawks scoreless as we head to the third.
The world of Outlaws late models return to the Norman County Raceway, Ada, Minnesota, June 28th. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Enjoy the experience. Nationwide top 10 experience last year. Let's make it number 1 this year. World of Outlaws late models. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Tickets now available. ncraceway.com.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Top of the third inning, we will see Bishop. First pitch swinging, and this one will be through for a base knock. As Bishop, so far 2 times up, and has wasted little time. She's seen 3 pitches, and she's got 2 singles. 4th hit of the game against Mose, and the Mustangs get their leadoff batter on here in inning number 3. Part of the 2025 EDC softball tournament. This is a fly ball. That'll be to straightaway center field. Flanagan goes back. Oh, what a catch! Flanagan with an absolute sensational catch in center. Bishop will make her way back to first. Parsley Tveter is robbed of an extra base hit on the line drive, and there's one down. As we'll see Madison Adlin. Also a couple more feet by Tveter. Our center field camera would have been in danger. Here's the pitch. I'll miss for a ball. It's now 1-0. Allen with a double her last time up with 2 runs driven in. That's where the difference in this game currently stands. That started back at 2:05, just about a half hour old here in the top of the third. Work outside, now 2-0 here to Adlin. Olivia Hendricks due up next. West Fargo Sheyenne, they've had a nice streak under Coach Woodbury here since 2017. They made it to state every year for the Mustangs, as this will be hit on the ground. Stopped there by Flanagan, able to get the lead runner a chance for 2, but still she did a good job in catching, keeping the ball in front of her, and there's 2 down. So Bishop is retired. And as you'll see, Adlin will stand at first base. Now it goes to Olivia Hendricks, who popped out to Holton at third her last time up. This one will jam her. Holton at third will have the grounder. Goes to Nystrom, 5-3 on the putout. And McKenna Mose throws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pitches. Make that 6 pitches in the inning. There were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on base as we play 2.5 today on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard. Cheyenne leads by 2.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
Update EDC baseball out in West Fargo. Fargo South leads Grand Forks Red River 5-1, top of the 5th inning. The Bruins 6 outs away from making it to state for baseball here. As earlier today, we've already seen one team from the EDC punch their ticket to the state tournament with the West Fargo Horace Hawks. Sheyenne and Davies also will be making their way to state as well. They will play later in the EDC Baseball Championship. Let's look at baseball side of things here in softball. West Fargo Packers fell to the Fargo Davies Eagles earlier today by a final of 7-3. Sophie Rarick, 7 innings of work, 6 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. Emery Muchenbaker with 2 runs driven in. Ellie Steinlicht with 2 runs driven in as well. Made a couple of nice defensive plays. And the Eagles, for the 3rd time in program history, are heading to state. And the bigger news story, just because it's never happened before, the Packers will not be making their way to the State A softball tournament. Rorick, Streak, and Brown coming up. And when softball first got sanctioned in North Dakota, you had A and B at the same city, where you would be able to walk from one side of Mickelson Field, for example, and see the A tournament, and then the other side would have the B tournament going on. They staggered them, where one would play at noon and one in Goforth. And if you were a softball fan, it was really nice to check everything out, as this will run inside. The problem became you would have baseball, for example, in Bismarck, and then you'd have softball in Grand Forks. So if you had relatives, if you were a mom or dad, had kids in both, you had a lot of traveling to do in about 3-4 days. So what they have elected to do for the last few years is State A is in one venue, State B is in another city, and that's where it's been since then. As this will run zone 3 and 2, but there's still been some rumblings of some coaches would like to go back to having softball just be together moving forward. We'll see what happens in future years. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Tveter. 4 consecutive strikeouts for Presley. There's one down here in the bottom of the 3rd. So Tveter gets 4 straight Ks on Holton, Flanagan, and Emery Rarick. Now we'll see Strouk coming up to the plate. First pitch swinging. This one is popped up, and why not go back to the pitcher? She'll make 5 consecutive outs. 1 pitch, and Tristan is retired. 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And now it's to Brown. Brown, 1 of 2 hits today here for the Horace Hawks. The other was by McKenna Mose, both the single variety, as Brown hit one to left. This one will run in at the hands. It's 1-0, and where the shortstop and the third baseman are playing, they are expecting a slash as the middle of the field is open. Here's the 1-0. This one's going to be on the ground. That'll go to the shortstop. Bishop makes a nice play to Hendricks. 6-3 on the putout. A 3-up, 3-down inning here for Presley Tveter as she's retired 6 straight batters. As we head to the 4th on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard, it's still 2-0 in favor of Sheyenne.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Top of the 4th inning here, West Fargo Sheyenne with a 2-love advantage over the West Fargo Horace Hawks, and we still have one more game to get to a little bit later on. We'll get to the EDC Tournament Championship. That'll feature Fargo North against Grand Forks Red River. We'll get to the All-Conference Team Senior Athlete Coach of the Year before we bid adieu, as this is hit right off the glove of Mose. This one was picked up by Katrin Flanagan, and that'll retire Hemberg on 1 pitch. She's seen 2 pitches with 2 outs here at the plate. And now it's going to go to Sutherland. Top of the fourth inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. Flew out to center field to Cindy Flanagan her last time up. Brown at left field and Jacobson in right again for the Hawks. This one will work for a strike. It's 0-1. Brandt behind the plate. Nystrom at first. Strouk at second. Katrin Flanagan at short. Holton again at third. McKenna Mose, 3 1/3 innings of work so far. 4 hits against. Swing and a miss. This one goes all the way to the backstop. 0-2. 2 runs back in the first inning where the Mustangs jumped on McKenna early. A Caitlin Bishop single, a Presley Tavetter single, and a bases clearing 2 RBI double by Madison Adlin is the difference in this contest. As that'll work out of the zone, it's 1-0. 2 strikeouts for McKenna and no walks. I know from the newly uncertain rivalry perspective, Horace would love to end that 7 consecutive state tournament appearance streak and get their first state tournament appearance ever in program history. Just going to be the cherry on top. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Sutherland. As we'll see Mose wind and deliver. That'll miss. Makes the count full. Now 3-2. Just the second full count for McKenna here in the circle in this game against Cheyenne. 3 balls, 2 strikes to number 6 batter here in the Mustangs lineup. That'll miss for a ball. Sutherland will take first base. The Mustangs get a runner on here in the 4th. As you'll see Stoka, the left fielder, coming up. Cheyenne sent 6 batters to the plate in the first, a 3-up, 3-down second, 4 batters in the third for West Fargo Sheyenne against Mose. Mose will hit one on the ground underneath both the glove of Holton and Flanagan. That is the definition of a C&I single. As we get runners at first and second. So a base knock number 5 against Mose here. We'll see Meredith Solberg with a line drive out to Brown, her last time up in inning number 2. Mustangs threatening here in the 4th. Mose with the pitch. That one will be called a strike. It's 0-1. For Horace, bottom of the 4th inning, he'll be the heart of their lineup. 3, 4, and 5 batters. Brandt, Nystrom, and Mose due up. The question is, will it still be a 2-0 game? This will be hit on the ground. That'll go to the shortstop. They'll get the lead runner. Nicely done by Katrin Flanagan, almost like a goalie hockey going down to a knee. Able to spread out, make sure the ball was kept in front of her. Found it in the glove and threw it to Holton as Sutherland is retired at third. Stolka will go to second. Solberg reaches base on a fielder's choice, and there's 2 down. Just wanted to make sure that ball did not get through the infield, and Flanagan made a nice play there at short. Now it's to Warren. Warren swing and a miss. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here to the third baseman for the Mustangs. As Bishop waiting on the on-deck circle. Off-speed pitch. Had some good movement to it. Now 0-2. As the Hawks trying to strand a couple of Mustangs here at first and second base. Mose with the 0-2 pitch, foul tipped, and will keep it alive here in the 4th inning. Also, the Indy 500 will be coming up here tomorrow. When you think of Memorial Day racing, Coca-Cola used to be the Coca-Cola 600. Not sure what that's called anymore in NASCAR, but you'll have 600 miles in Charlotte as well. As we've seen the Tony Stewarts of the world, we've seen other racers. Kyle Larson's try to do the double up where you run in Indianapolis and then you go to North Carolina and race in NASCAR. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. This one will go to the third baseman. Holton fires across the diamond to Nystrom to retire this side. No runs a hit, no errors, and 2 runners left. We played 3.5 today on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard. Cheyenne leads it by 2.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event as we'll cover the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 2nd and 3rd.
This will be hit and over the shortstop Berg into left center field. A run comes in to score with Alexander Rath.
Optimist Volleyball Series June 16th and 17th.
Blue outside Linsinger with another hammer.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 14th and 15th.
Baldwin finds Wick. Wick open, three-pointer coming. Yes, sir!
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Bottom of the fourth inning here today on yourliveevent.com. Fargo Davies is making it to state. The question is, who will join him? Will it be Sheyenne? Will it be Horace? We already know North and Red River will be there. Just a matter if they're the 1 or if they're the 2 seed. As you'll see the Hawks here with Brandt first pitch swinging. This one goes off the glove of the first baseman, Hendricks. That was a smash, and actually for Hendricks, that was about the best thing that could have happened on the base hit, because if she misses it, that is a double down the line, but it went off her glove towards Sutherland, and it kept it to at least just a single here for Brandt. That was one of the hardest hits that we've seen of the tournament, as we'll get a quick time call as time the shoelaces of Solberg in center field, and we're off and rolling. So Brandt is aboard here. The Horace Hawks get their leadoff runner on against Tveter. And another first pitch swinging, but this goes foul. Horace, second time that they've had a leadoff runner on. Last time it happened, McKenna Mose drew a single. Then Leopold came on and courtesy ran, and Tveter struck out the side following that. That was back in the second. The pitch, foul tipped again. It's now going to be 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes on the way to the cleanup batter, who hit one to Bishop to end the first inning, and Bishop made a really nice play on it at short. Falling behind the count, the 0-2. That'll miss. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss. Tveter gets the strikeout. That'll be her 5th of the game, and there's 1 down here in the 4th inning. As McKenna Mose a chance to help her own cause, coming up with a single her last time up. And she will take a strike. It's 0-1. As Tveter continues to work here in inning number 4. Bottom of the 5th, Fargo South 5, Red River 2 in a state qualifier in the EDC tournament. So the Rough Riders down 5-0 at one point. Now have made it a 5-2 ball game out in West Fargo. Here's the 1-1. Skied and popped up. Coming forward is going to be the right fielder. Hemberger lost it, but then the center fielder will come in. Solberg back it up, and reaching out a fielder's choice will be Mose. Tough one for Brandt as you're trying to keep as close as you can to first to possibly not getting double up on the play. Then it dies in there as Hemberger and Solberg, as we'll have the same courtesy runner 23 coming in with Leopold here for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. As you'll see, 2 down, and Tveter is just 1 good pitch away from, again, leaving a runner at first base here in the inning. As this one will work out of the zone, it's 1-0. Holton with a strikeout, part of 4 consecutive strikeouts for Tveter to the Horace Hawks, 6 through 9 batters in the lineup. That'll work for a ball. It's now 2-0 on the way. Hitters count for Holton. She'll see this one. For a strike, it's 2-1. For Sheyenne, they will send Bishop, Tveter, and Adlin to the plate. You better be ready in the defense when Bishop comes up because she's seen 2 pitches and she's got 2 hits here today. This will be a swing and miss. It's now 2-2. Presley Tavetter has worked herself out of a couple of situations. Nothing that has mounted too much for the Hawks. They have yet to have a runner at third base today. Just 1 runner in scoring position back in the first. Here's a base knock. That one will go to center field. And oh, what a catch by Solberg. She does it again. Solberg has made a couple of nice plays here today, and she adds to it here as Holton is robbed in center field. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left. We played 4 today on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard, where it's a 2-0 contest in favor of Cheyenne.
The Rumble on the Red, presented by Ellingson Companies and their Dow Metals Recycling, is coming to West Fargo, North Dakota. The World of Outlaws and Awesome Energy Drink Sprint Cars come to the Red River Valley Speedway on Saturday, May 31st. Tickets are available now at slspromotions.com or by calling 815-344-2023.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Top of the 5th inning, been flashing the leather in this game for both Cheyenne and Horace. As you'll see, Bishop, Tavetter, and Adlin coming up to the plate against McKenna Mose. Mose, 4 innings of work, 5 hits, 2 runs. No, she has given up 1 walk here today, alongside with 2 strikeouts here in this contest. We'll see if Bishop takes a pitch or she's often swinging here against Mose. Often swinging, and that'll go foul. Will now be 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike on the way to Caitlin Bishop, and she's making a case for a player of the game here for West Fargo Cheyenne. Same with Adlin as well. This will be a fly ball. That'll be some carry to it, but the center fielder, Cindy Flanagan, has a couple of steps in front of the wall for the opening out of inning number 5. The EDC Tournament Championship will be later here between North and Grand Forks Red River, as that particular contest will await for this one to wrap up, as Tavetter so far today is 1 of 2 at the plate with a single and a run scored. This game started at 2:05, about 50 minutes old here in this one, as North and Red River scheduled to start at 5 o'clock. There's the pitch. There's a ground ball that'll eat up the shortstop Flanagan. It bounces to Struck, but we will get a runner aboard here for the Mustangs on an error. Kind of that 3rd to 4th hop. That short hop sometimes can be a tricky one. That's exactly what happened. So Tavetter gets on first, and the Mustangs, they've left 4 runners on so far in 4 innings against McKenna Mose. We'll try to bring a run in for the first time since the top of the 1st inning. As running out of the way is Adlin. It's now 1-0. She's reached base twice, once on a fielder's choice, and the 2 RBI double, which if it stands, could easily be our play of the contest if this is the final result. I'm getting a couple of runs driven in. 1-0 pitch, hit on the ground, another chance, and that'll be underneath the glove of Flanagan. Never touched the glove, but she had a chance to get in front of it. And you'll see runners at first and second base. So a couple of hard swings to Vetter and Adlin, as you'll see Olivia Hendricks, who is 0 for 2 today. And we'll get a courtesy runner coming in here for the Mustangs. Looks like it's number 8, as 8 will be coming on here for Cheyenne. So Petchak will be at first base with 1 down now for Cheyenne. Mustangs squandered a leadoff single back in the third as this one has popped up. Enough room, just out of play as Olivia Hendricks will see it 0-1. And then they had a 2 runners on that they left in the fourth. So from the Mustang perspective, they've had chances to gain the advantage. They have yet to have a runner at third base since the first inning as well. As this will be called a strike, it's now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to the cleanup batter here as McKenna Mose would love her 3rd strikeout of the game. 0-2 is going to be laced instead of center. They get 1. Oh, what a play by Flanagan. A chance for 2. Not in time, but Cindy Flanagan with a superwoman dive in center. Robs a base hit by Hendricks, and there's 2 down. The center fielders between Flanagan and Solberg have made some sensational plays here today in this contest. This one will go now to Katrin Flanagan. Flanagan goes a long way across the diamond as Katrin has been kept busy here in this inning. It will not go into the outfield, so it does save a run. Bases will be full of Stangs here in the 5th. So Presley Tveter at third base. Petchak stands at second. And then Lauren Hemberger will stand at first, as now will be to Sutherland, who's 0 for 1 with a walk here this afternoon. Bottom of the 5th inning, it'll be the 7, 8, and 9 batters, the Flanagans, and then Emery will be up after that here for the Hawks. And therefore a strike here to Sutherland, who worked the count full her last time up before drawing a 1-out walk in the 4th. 6th batter in the inning for Cheyenne, the 0-1. I'll work out of the zone. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Mustangs looking for win number 17 of the season. Win number 13. Horace is looking for win number 17. As this will be called a strike, it's now 1-2. Since the separation of West Fargo and West Fargo Sheyenne, the Mustangs been a consistent contender in the EDC. As Coach Woodbury has built up that program. The 1-2, and Mose gets a strike 3 looking, and Sutherland is retired as the Mustangs leave 3 runners aboard here in the top of the 5th. As we make our way to the bottom of the 5th inning, it's still a 2-0 lead for Cheyenne here on your liveevent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Bottom of the 5th inning here, no runs. There was a hit by Adlin. There were a couple of errors, but the Horace Hawks get out of it as they leave the Mustangs with the bases full. Mose has pitched 5 innings of work, 6 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. While in comparison so far through 4 innings for Presley Tveter, she has given up 3 hits. They've all been the single variety, no walks, and 5 strikeouts here for Presley in this contest. Been 1 extra base hit, and that was by Adlin, the double in the first that played at both Bishop and Tveter. For Cheyenne, 2 runs, 6 hits. They have yet to commit an error, and they've left 7 runners on for the Hawks. No runs, 3 hits. They've committed 2 errors, and they've left 3 runners aboard so far here in this game. First pitch swinging. That one is backhanded by Bishop across the diamond in time for the out. Oh, what a play by Bishop at short. Hendricks with the stretch. It was a bang-bang play, and Flanagan is retired at first. Well, Solberg made a nice play to finish the fourth, and what a way to start the fifth. One down here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. These two teams have flashed the leather between the center fielders here today, and again, a couple of nice, really big plays by Bishop over at short. Sidney Flanagan, we'll see pitch number 2. That'll be called a strike. Sidney with a strikeout looking back in the second inning. Here in this one, bottom third of the lineup as Trevetter winds and delivers. As we'll see this one now at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way. The pitch popped up. Who's going to call for it? Bishop and Sutherland, and Bishop will come all the way across to make the catch in front of Sutherland, and there's 2 down. As you'll see, Emery. Rourke will be coming up, strikeout her last time up to begin things off in the third inning. Trevetter, swing and miss. It's 0-1. After the conclusion of this game, we'll have our post-game show brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway, the Red River Valley Speedway. Got a little bit of time in between our second game and then the EDC Championship a little bit later on, as this one will miss for a ball. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. This will be hit down the third base line, and that'll go foul. It's now 1-2. Chad Mears calling balls and strikes. Craig Hahn and Titus out in the infield here for our umpiring crew. As we'll have the 1-2 offering. That'll miss as well. It's now 2-2. Back to top of the lineup with Struka waits on the on-deck circle here for Horace. Most batters to the plate in an inning has been 4 so far for the Hawks. 4 in the first, 4 in the second, a 3 up, 3 down third, 4 in the fourth, and so far just 3 batters here in the fifth inning. Trevetter has done a nice job keeping Horace a little bit off balance, off rhythm, has yet to give up a walk, and has given up those singles, sprinkled them in throughout her pitching performance today. This one will almost get over the chain link fence, and we'll keep it at 2-2. Been mostly sunny to a little overcast here today in Mickelson Field. Wind blowing in just a skosh in from right. A 2-2 pitch by Trevetter. This will be fouled back again, and we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. After today, state track and field will be done. Next weekend, we'll be wrapping up with baseball, softball. We'll have soccer, golf, and pretty much everything will be put the book on the 2024-25 school year. As this one works the zone, it's now 3-2. We'll also have the upcoming Optimist Volleyball Series, Lions Basketball Series, and the Shield Softball All-Star Series a little bit later on here in June and July. This will be hit in the air over the glove of Bishop into short left center field, and Emily Rourke will be able to get aboard with a 2-out single. And now it's to Struck coming up here for the Horace Hawks. So a single on the way for Emery. Now it's to Struck, who's 0 for 2 today with a fly out and a pop out in this contest. And the Hawks get a little 2-out rally going here in the bottom of the fifth. Choking up on the bat here is Tristan. She'll take a strike. It's 0-1. For Cheyenne, it will also be the bottom third of the lineup in the top of the sixth inning with Stoka coming to the plate to lead things off. This one misses. It's now 1-1. A little bit different of a game for Cheyenne than what they played against Grand Forks Central yesterday, where hits were everywhere in that game. Between those two teams, they got on base a ton. As you saw, 28 hits combined between the Knights and the Mustangs yesterday. The pitch is going to be hit on the ground right to Bishop. Bishop bobbles it, and that'll be an E6. Struk able to put the ball in play. First error of the game for Sheyenne, and we'll see if it will come back and haunt him as runners will be at first and second. And the fifth batter of the inning here for Horace with Brown. Braylon Brown, a slashing hitter after Horace was shut out in 5 innings yesterday with no hits against Red River. Brown, number that goes right back to the pitcher, to Vetter, to Hendricks to retire this side. No runs, a hit, and error, and 2 runners left. We played 5 today on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard. It's Sheyenne 2, the Horace Hawks scoreless.
Today all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
For West Fargo, Sheyenne 6 outs away from making it 8 consecutive appearances to a state tournament. Up by 2, and both teams in the 5th left some runners aboard for the Sheyenne perspective to open up the game, and from the Horace perspective, a chance to tie the game. Bottom third of the lineup, 1 pitch, 1 swing. Mo is able to field her position, goes to Nystrom, and Stoka is retired, and there's 1 down here in the 6th. Meredith Solberg 0 for 2 today with a fielder's choice her last time up, and hit a line drive shot out to Brown in left back in the 2nd inning. Game that's just over an hour old here from Mickelson. As Mose throws one out of the zone, it will be 1-0. The first game, there were chances. West Fargo had a chance to load the bases in the 7th inning. They brought the tied run to the plate twice, couldn't get the job done. The Hawks looking to have a similar opportunity here in the 6th and the 7th against Sheyenne. We just need a bloop and a blast, and this could be an all different contest here, as we'll see 2 balls, no strikes on the way to Solberg. Solberg hits one on the ground. That'll go to Flanagan. Flanagan does a nice job across the diamond. Yes, sir. Nystrom there with the stretch at 6-3, and there's 2 down on a pair of groundouts here in the 6th. And for McKenna Mose, she is retired for the last 5 batters. Hemberg reached base on an error back in the 5th inning. As you'll see, Olivia Warren 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a groundout so far. As that'll work out of the zone, it's now 1-0. Caitlin Bishop on the on-deck part of the plate. Well, for the Horace Hawks, they'll have their 3, 4, and 5 batters due up in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-0. This will be hit right. Oh, what a nice play by Flanagan. Flanagan able to pick it up and across the diamond. In on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitches. We are out of the top of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We make our way to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cheyenne leads it by 2.
The world of outlaws late models return to the Norman County Raceway, Ada, Minnesota, June 28th. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Enjoy the experience. Nationwide top 10 experience last year. Let's make it number 1 this year. World of Outlaws late models, Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Tickets now available. ncraceway.com.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
As we got a final out west in WDA softball. A final will be for Dickinson, 6-3 over the Mandan Braves in a state qualifier. Swing and a miss by Brandt. Dickinson will be the 3 seed from the west. Bismarck High will be the 4 seed from the west. We know Davies is the 4 seed from the east, and the winner of this will be the 3 seed. And we'll start getting into some matchups once we get through the championship games. No balls, 2 strikes on the way here to Brandt. 1 of 2 today with a single and a fly out. Now be 1 and 2. Horace down to their final 6 outs of the season as it stands right now. Otto out of the zone, now 2 and 2. Brandt, Nystrom, and Mose here in the 6th. 2-2 pitch. This one is hit into right. Hemberg is there, camps underneath it to retire the leadoff batter here in the 6th inning. 1 down. Looks like the Fargo South Bruins are going to make their way to a state tournament here as they play in the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. It looks like Fargo South will win 5-2, so the Bruins will be making their way to state for baseball. 1 ball, no strikes to Nystrom, who's 0 for 2 today. Nystrom fouls one off. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Stoke on left field with Solberg in center. Hemberg in right. We've seen the Mustangs make a couple of nice plays both yesterday against Central and today here with the Hawks with their outfielders. This one will be a strike. Same with Bishop. Warren at third base. Sutherland at second. Hendricks at first with Adlin behind the plate. Tavetter with the 1-2. Popped up, playable. Who's going to call for it? Warren calls for it and able to make the catch. Gets a nice little hug from Tavetter as well as it hit the lip of the glove, and for a second you might have thought it would have bounced out on the heel, as it'll be 2 down here in the 6th. So pop out. As now we'll see McKenna Mose, who's reached base twice. Once on a single and a fielder's choice. Mose, first pitch swinging, hits one in the air to right. Hemberger is there for the out. That'll retire the Hawks here in the 6th. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Tavetter. That'll be her 2nd of the game. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, it's the West Fargo Horace Hawks down by 2 against the Mustangs here on your liveevent.com.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Top of the 7th inning, West Fargo Sheyenne. The question is 2 runs enough here today against the Horace Hawks? If it is, the Mustangs will make their way to the state tournament. If it's not, Horace then would have something to say about it in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1, 2, 3 batters here for Sheyenne and Bishop. It's a fly ball to left center field. Cindy Flanagan is there. And again, 1 pitch, and Bishop is swinging. She is retired here in the 7th. It's Presley to Vetter with a single run scored back in the first. Has reached base twice, is 1 of 3 so far here from the plate. McKenna Mose, outside the first 3 batters of this game, she's just given up 3 hits since. As this is going to be laced into right center field, up and gone. We'll make that 4 hits since. Presley to Vetter helps her own cause with a solo homer to near straightaway center field. And that ball is gone for a solo round tripper. And Trevetter has added some insurance. It's now 3-0. Big swing by Presley to Vetter as the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs have taken a 3-0 lead. Also, we had the center field camera set up earlier right where Presley hit it. So good thing we moved it about a couple of feet to center. Otherwise, our camera could be in trouble. As this one will miss low, it's now 1-0. Adlin with a double and a single today, 2 runs driven in. And there's a little insurance here for the Mustangs as they take a 3-0 lead. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Hit on the ground. This one past the third baseman, Holton, into left field as it takes a bounce. Adlin will go from first to second. Here's the throw. Is she out? There's a collision at second base as Adlin connects with Strouk, and Strouk took a big portion of that hit from Adlin. There is an out at second base, and there will be a 2 down as they take a look at the second baseman here, as there was a collision as she came to apply the tag. Adlin was sliding in, not feet first, but trying to slide in with that hand first approach. And then Strouk took a hardest collision that we've seen today and yesterday here in the EDC tournament. And she's going to be looked at now. Anything with concussion protocols, making sure that elbow, wrist, everything looks all right. As the trainer is out immediately, able to have a little smile on her face. Be a little banged up, a little black and blue, but there's going to be 2 down. So a nice play as that one took the bounce. Able to get to it quickly, and there's 2 down here in the 7th inning. Now it's to Olivia Hendricks. As you'll see McKenna Mose looking for one more out for the Hawks. But the Mustangs have added a run here in the 7th for West Fargo Horace. They've played 19 innings, and they've given up, or they've only hit 3 runs across the plate in 19 innings so far here in the EDC tournament. They won 3-2 against Shanley in the 8 innings in the quarters, lost 15-0 against Red River in 5, and so far been scoreless here against West Fargo Sheyenne. There's the pitch on the way. That'll miss, now 3-0. Hemberger due up next for the Mustangs if Hendricks can climb aboard. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air. That'll be a chance for a double as it slices into the corner. Hendricks goes to first. Here comes Jacobson. They're going to wave her around for a chance for a triple. Strouk's relay, not in time. A stand-up triple here for the Mustangs with 2 down in the 7th. Hendricks able to get to third base here. As you'll see now, Hemberger coming up to the plate. We haven't said too many hits down the right field line here in about a day and a half, but that one was hit on the button. As we'll see it here now for Hemberger. This one will be hit, and that'll be a foul ball at 0-1. As we'll see the no ball, 1 strike count upcoming here. And now in the straightaway center field, you got a mower and a man that's just taking in the game here in the 7th from one of the Park District. As this will be hit right up the middle. Diving play there by Flanagan from her knee. In time, no. Off the bag was Nystrom as Flanagan nearly saved a run defensively for the Horace Hawks. Hendricks will come in to score. It's now 4-0. So 4-0 on the play. Now on the score, as that was a really nice play by Flanagan. As Flanagan at shortstop winning the hole went to Nystrom. Nystrom was just off the bag with the foot as the run will come in, as this one will be called a strike. As we'll see Sutherland now 0-1. Sutherland 0 for 2 today with a walk, her last time up back in the 4th inning. For Cheyenne, 6th batter to the plate. Matches the most that they did in the 1st and the 5th, as this is going to be hit towards the second baseman, Struck, who gives it to Nystrom to retire the side. But 2 runs come across to the Mustangs here in the 7th on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard as they lead it by 4 on yourliveevent.com.
Halsted Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halsted, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halsted Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halsted Telephone Company today.
Bottom of the 7th inning as the Cheyenne Mustangs score 2 runs across. They were able to get a couple of hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. McKenna Moe's 7 innings of work so far for the Horace Hawks. But for the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs, 3 outs away from making it to the state tournament for an 8th consecutive season. Still to come, Red River going up against Fargo North in the EDC Championship. We'll also get to our post-game show. We'll hear from a victorious player. That and more are still to come. As Presley Tavetter has retired the last 4 batters in a row. Holton, Flanagan, and Flanagan here for the Hawks. Swing and a miss. It's now 0-1. 6, 7, and 8 batters here for Horace. After being shut out against Red River, the Hawks are looking to get a run across here against the Mustangs and seeing if they can do what West Fargo did against Davies, and that's find a way to get the bases full and bring the tying run to the plate. 1 balls, 2 strikes to the freshman third baseman in Leah Holton. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Tavetter gets her 6th strikeout. 1 down in the 7th. First strikeout since Whitney Nystrom was retired via the K in the 4th inning. Now it's to Flanagan. Catron will see this miss. It's now 1-0. Cheyenne bookend the game so far with 2 runs in the 1st and 2 runs here in the 7th. This will be a fly ball. That'll be to right center field, and that will split the gap. Rounding first, on her way to second is Flanagan, and the Horace Hawks have their first extra base hit of the game and a runner in scoring position. Good piece of hitting into right center field, as now it's to Cindy Flanagan here for the sophomore center fielder, who's 0 for 2. So Catherine Flanagan able to get on board with a double. We'll see what Sydney is able to do here. Sydney will see this one outside for a ball. It's now 1-0. Horace looking to find Brown to come up to the plate at least. That'll give the Hawks a chance with where the score is right now. Slow grounder. Bishop is there. Look at the throw by Bishop. Bishop makes that look easy. 6-3 on the putout. Catherine Flanagan will go to third, and there's 2 down. Bishop has definitely put herself into an Enbridge Energy player of the game situation here, as they're going to come over and talk it through. Maybe from a Coach Smart perspective, thought that going off the bag or possibly bobbling the ball from Hendricks at first, as the umpires will talk it over and see if there was enough there to award an infield single or the out. And they're going to say, nope, there was enough there to cleanly call it an out. So there's 2 down. As now the Hawks down to their final out of the season. Runner at third again is Flanagan, as Emery will come up to the plate. Rarick swinging, and this one popped up and just over the outstretched glove of Adlin. It's now 0-1. Sheyenne 2 strikes away, 1 out away from playing in the nightcap on Thursday up at UND against the WDA runner-up. Here's the 0-1. I'll miss the zone, 1 ball and 1 strike. As Struk is due up next here for the Hawks. A 1-1. Foul back. It's now 1-2. And roughly at 5 o'clock, we'll get to our championship with Red River and Fargo North. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That'll be fouled, and a lady almost took a tumble up the picnic row here as she was helped out by some of her family and friends as the softball fortunately didn't hit the popcorn, didn't hit the water, didn't hit anything except the picnic table, and everybody else scattered like the 4th of July fireworks. Here's the 1-2, fouled again. We'll keep it alive, and everybody there for Cheyenne fans have a couple extra smiles, and that's the good thing. No one was tattooed by a softball. As we'll do it 1-2. Hawks down to their final strike. To Vetter. This will be hit up the third baseline and foul. As we mentioned earlier, Horace needs to find a way to bring Braylon Brown to the plate. That's what they need currently. Here's the pitch. That'll be foul back, and we'll keep it at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to the junior. The pitch going to be hit, and that'll be gloved by Hendricks, and the Mustangs are heading back to state for the 8th consecutive season. West Fargo Sheyenne is heading to the state tournament. That's coming up on our post-game show. We'll hear from the victorious team. There were no runs a hit, no errors, and a runner left on base as West Fargo Sheyenne picks up the win to Vetter with the complete game at that. As we get to our Norman County Raceway Red River Valley Speedway post-game show, West Fargo Sheyenne will play at 6 o'clock on a Thursday against either Minot or Williston in the state tournament at UND. We'll continue on the post game here, coming up around the corner on your liveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event as we'll cover the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 2nd and 3rd.
This will be hit and over the shortstop Berg into left center field. A run comes in to score with Alexander Rath.
Optimist Volleyball Series June 16th and 17th.
Blue outside Linsinger with another hammer.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 14th and 15th.
Baldwin finds Wick. Wick open, three-pointer coming. Yes, sir!
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Red River Valley Speedway! You wanted the best! You got 'em for a breast!
The Rumble on the Red, presented by Ellingson Companies and their Dow Metals Recycling, is coming to West Fargo, North Dakota. The World of Outlaws and Awesome Energy Drink Sprint Cars come to the Red River Valley Speedway on Saturday, May 31st. Tickets are available now at slspromotions.com or by calling 815-344-2023.
As we come back on our post-game show on yourliveevent.com, brought to you in part by the Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. About an hour and a half is when we'll get to our championship with Fargo North and Grand Forks Red River. But West Fargo Sheyenne in a game that goes an hour and 22 minutes will make their way back for an 8th consecutive season to a state tournament. They improved to 13-12 on the season. Well, for the Horace Hawks, they will finish the year at 16-8 on the year here for Horace. 4 runs, 9 hits, an error, and 8 runners left on base for Sheyenne. Horace, no runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, and 6 runners left on base. McKenna Mo's 7 innings of work, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. While on the opposite side for Presley Tavetter, 7 innings of work. She gave up 5 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts here in this one for this contest. As we get to now our player of the game, go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes Enbridge. That is Enbridge.com. Presley Tavetter at the plate, able to get a solo home run. She would have finished 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a run driven in. And also the complete game. She is our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That again is Enbridge.com. Our Agassi Feature Precision Egg play of the contest. A couple of nice defensive gems by Caitlin Bishop here today for the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. She was able to make one, robbing a hit against Nystrom. She did a couple of nice jobs here in this game as well, late in the 7th inning against Cindy Flanagan as well. Our Feature Precision Egg play of the contest, flashing the leather for Caitlin Bishop for the sophomore shortstop. For more information, go to planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. And our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection is going to be the first inning. Bishop with a single, Tavetter with a single, then Madison Adlin with the game-winning hit. It was a 2 RBI double back in the first, and Sheyenne never looked back en route to a 4-0 win. Our post-game connection is the 2 RBI double by the junior catcher Madison Adlin. Go to Halstead Telephone Company's website. That is halsteadtel.com. And halsteadtel.com to discover local reliability you can trust. It's how to connect at Halstead Telephone Company. As this is our Norman County Raceway, Red River Valley Speedway post-game show. Final earlier today, Davies with a 7-3 win over Horace. They'll be the 4 seed. Sheyenne with a 4-0 win over, Davies with a 7-3 win over West Fargo. Sheyenne with a 4-0 win here over Horace. They will be the number 3 seed. Also earlier today, in some games that have gone final out west, in state qualifying games, Dickinson 6-3 over Mandan, and Bismarck Kai with a 10-0 win in 5 innings over the Jamestown Blue Jays. We'll continue with more around the corner after this on our Norman County Raceway, Red River Valley Speedway postgame show. Again, your final, Sheyenne 4, Horace nothing, here on your liveevent.com.
Due to the increase in cost of materials, cost of labor, and general inflation, plus the storm weather threats that we have in our region on a daily basis, many homes are not insured properly. Most families' biggest asset they will ever own is their home. We need to make sure we have it insured for enough. Inflation, cost of materials, cost of labor makes us work to stay on top of this. Usually the difference in premium is dollars a day to increase when needed. We get updated costs of goods and labor from area builders to input into our computer program that calculates an accurate replacement cost. With the weather in recent years, it is just scary with how many more frequent disasters are now than even 10 to 20 years ago. We need to adapt and make sure all our properties are protected because we live in the Midwest and deal with many of these scenarios.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
As joining us now on our post-game show is Presley Tavetter, as able to complete the complete game win, also get that solo home run, and thankfully avoid our center field camera by about a foot or two on that one as well. Presley, congratulations on the win. Just what does it mean for this team to get now 8 consecutive seasons to a state tournament?
It means so much. It just goes to show how much the team cares, especially about the seniors. We've worked so hard to this moment to just go out there and leave it all on the field.
What was working in the circle here today had you down for 6 strikeouts, no walks, just a couple of hits that you were able to sprinkle across in 7 different innings, 5 hits. Just what was working for you in the circle?
you never know when it's going to be your last. So I just knew that I was going to go out there and just play my heart out and do it for the team, for the coaches, and everyone.
Able to have a good shortstop, too. Caitlin Bishop making a couple really nice plays. A center fielder as well with Meredith Solberg, able to take a couple of hits that were eventually outs. When you get plays like that behind you, what does that do as a pitcher?
It just puts so much trust. I can trust my defense to make those plays, and just the feeling of knowing that they have my back.
Going forward, what's the one thing you hope to carry moving forward to Grand Forks? Now, is you got to sit and wait on Thursday night until 6 o'clock to play, but you're playing in the state tournament. Find out who you're going to be playing a little bit later on, but what's the one thing from these couple of games in the EDC tournament that you want to carry moving forward here?
I would say the resilience that we have, maybe fumbling a ball, but still trying to make the play, or not having your best at bat, but still coming back in the next time being aggressive.
Presley, the solo home run, just take us through that at bat. Once it left, did you think like you had enough of it to get out to right center field?
I felt it on the good part of my bat, and I watched it, and it went over. So.
Hey, Presley, congratulations. Best of luck moving forward, and a really nice performance here in the circle today.
Thank you.
Presley Tveter joined us here on our post-game show. We'll continue with more after this here from Fargo.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we come back here on the post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway, as they're getting the field set for our championship game at 5 o'clock between Fargo North and Grand Forks Red River. So again, the Cheyenne Mustangs, after hearing from Presley Tveter, able to pick up the win here today and move on to the state tournament and have another week of softball left in them, as some of the other finals across for baseball between these two respective teams of Fargo South and Grand Forks are playing in a EDC baseball state qualifier. We saw earlier today Horace was able to pick up the win 6-1 over the West Fargo Packers. Davies and Cheyenne also playing in a EDC tournament championship game. So around 5 o'clock here, we'll get you set for North, and alongside with them will be Grand Forks River. Again, your final here in this one, Cheyenne 4, Horace scoreless, as the Mustangs are making their way back to state. Some nice defensive plays by Solberg and Bishop here in this one. A really good play by Tveter in the circle, and Ablin hit the game-winning 2 RBI hit as well earlier in the contest. Chase Miller signed off here today from Mickelson Field. Join us in about an hour as we get ready for our pregame show for the EDC Championship here on your liveevent.com.